feel like I'm a virgin again.
I'm all right, yeah. I don't want to.
No, it's just I don't. My computer broke.
I guess.
Well, my Mac. Look, I know they don't like to say, "Oh, that's not a computer; it's a Mac."
Wait. Oh, because it's a PC versus a Mac.
PC versus Mac.
You know, it's crazy. I actually, I tell people all the time. I actually have this this theory about Apple and Starbucks, and they used, what's the word, elitism.
Elitism.
Yeah, you know how like golf clubs only let certain people in.
Yeah.
That's kind of like how Apple kind of squeezed their way into the market, where it was just like, once you buy an Apple product, you're no longer compatible with anybody else unless they have Apple products.
Oh yeah.
And it kind of I mean, it was like a joke, obviously, but it like created this divide between the iPhones versus the Androids and the PC.
I feel like that's kind of true though, because like
I do think some people take that a little bit more serious, but also just like because Apple products are a lot more expensive, so it kind of tells you about the demographic of people who purchase them. They have a little bit of extra money, and I know back in the earlier versions, people with iPhones used to always complain about like how if something goes wrong with it, you have to take it to the Apple store, and then they charge you an arm and a leg to do whatever they got to do to it. But with Android, like if your battery start messing up, you can just pop the back off, go to Walmart, get a new one. You can't do that with the new Galaxies now, but so I just feel like, you know, I think the same thing with Starbucks when they had all those fancy names for coffee. It's just coffee. I just feel like they created like this culture, and it like separated people from normal society.
Yeah, and then it's also like once you get an Apple product, now you're tied into all Apple products because it's like you said, it's all compatible with each other. Like when they start doing that thing with the you can't charge your phone and have headphones in.
You talking about the because of the
because they both take the
bottom.
same port, and then now you're tied to buying all this. Apple
now you gotta
product.
get the AirPods.
Like, get the AirPods or just not charge your phone while listening to the music.
Yeah, I don't know, man. And it's crazy because Apple really be screwing over their customers, but like
they definitely do.
But I guess once you get it, it's like that's just all you know. A lot of people tell me it's like easier to use and it's easier to understand, I guess, because you know Android.
I don't know. I feel like Android is easier, in my personal opinion.
I mean, like I said, I've never really. The only Apple product I ever owned was somebody bought me an iPod, and that's kind of how I started hating Apple because I had an MP3 player before it, and I had all this music on it.
And now you had to get Apple Music and all that.
But I didn't know that, so at the time I was using. I don't know. You remember Rhapsody?
I remember like LimeWire.
See, I wasn't using the illegal stuff. I mean, I used it a couple times.
Oh, you wasn't using the illegal
Yeah, I wasn't. We had this. It was this service. It's kind of like how Spotify is now, except you could download the music. I guess you can download it on Spotify too. But like you could download it and put it on your MP3 player, and you pay a monthly. I think it was like $14.99, and it had all the music legally, and you can just download unlimited to your MP3 player.
But was it compatible to the iPod?
It wasn't.
Dang.
That's why I started hating it, because I had all this music saved, because you can save it in like your library on your computer. And so like I was DJing at the time, so like instead of having to manually go find songs, I could just look in Rhapsody, download it to my computer, put it into the DJ software, and then I could DJ. And then I got the iPod, and then shattered my whole world. I was like, and I didn't know nothing about iTunes because I come from an older family, so they ain't know nothing about technology. So I was like, how come I can't put music on here? And then I was just like, oh, you gotta get iTunes. And it's like, I don't even know how to do that.
Apple was just super strict because it's like the Mac was the first. Yeah, it was the first Apple anything I ever had. Yeah, I've been Android all my life until when it was close to when we graduated, so 2015 is when I got my first iPhone, and then I realized, oh, this is compatible with my Mac. Oh, and it felt like it was easier because it's the same.
Everything worked.
Yeah,
with, yeah,
everything was like so easy. You could just plug it in and they'll recognize it. Oh, iPhone, you want these? You want this? You want me to put it in there? It did all that for you. But it's still easier with Android to me because you don't have to go through all this restriction saying you can't do this and you can't do that. But I say all that and now I got an iPhone 11.
You remember when people would be like, I remember people used to not like texting people with Androids because you couldn't have the read receipts. And I was just like, this is the most clingy, like, so you don't like texting me because you can't tell when I read the message.
Yeah.
It was just like, all right, that's...
Yeah, I've only had that experience with one person. They was like, you got an Android, just message me on Messenger. Because Messenger does that.
And then I started to notice that Messenger had it, Snapchat, like all the other, even Instagram, like I started to notice that all of the other apps all of a sudden had read receipts now. And like even like dating apps have read receipts. And it's like, what type of people are we? Like, why do I need to know when exactly you read the message? And then now we complaining that everybody get left on read. Yeah. But if you didn't know, you could just tell yourself like, oh no, she busy. See it. Yeah, but now you know. You wanted to know.
Maybe they seen it, was driving and couldn't respond, and then the day got too long and forgot, and now you're going on them because you read it, but you wasn't able to respond to it.
And sometimes your phone just be like, sometimes you'll have your messages open, and it'll just mark it as if you read it, but you ain't even see it yet.
I hate that on Snapchat though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, like, I've been experiencing that now.
If you got your stuff open on Snapchat, and then like, let's say they could have sent you 10 messages, and you just, let me look to see if anything happened. Then you realize, you sent some messages. I'm like, I sent 10 things. I'm like, I ain't never seen them.
Wait, so they'll only show you, so you could get like 10 messages, and you won't even. Oh, you know what? That actually do happen. But what I noticed is like when you check, if you are a person who remembers to check, if it say received, but you don't remember actually seeing a message, that means that there's something there that you just happen to miss. Yeah,
because like once you look at it, the moment you get off that message, it's gone. Unless they save it. That's the only way. And
now they do the 24 hour.
Yeah, they got the 24 hour thing, which is so much better than that.
Yeah, I remember that junk used to be gone. Yo, so I did want to talk about because like we've been, I wouldn't say we friends, but we've been knowing each other for a while, and we have a lot of mutual acquaintances and whatnot. Yeah. But like we was never like in the same vicinity. Is it an F or a V? We were never in the same area.
Wait, is it V?
I think it is a V. Vicinity.
Vicinity.
I think it's VICINITY.
I think so. Yeah, it is vicinity. I don't know what I'm thinking.
It could be a VA. Whatever it is, we wasn't in the same area. Like you was hanging out with them and I was hanging out with them, if that makes sense. And then we would see each other like when everybody got together. So I was just curious, how exactly did you get to Columbia?
How did I get there?
Yeah, like, because I had never heard of it prior to Googling audio engineering programs. And I guess because you were here, so.
Do you mean like the start of looking for college and
yeah, like college how did you decide?
Okay, that's actually funny. Here's the story.
Oh Lord.
So it was my last year of high school, and I was staying with my sister because she's the one who raised me or whatever. And she came to me one day and was like, "All right, Karl, you're about to graduate soon. What you finna do?" Yeah, I believe I was 17 at the time. I told her, I don't know. I really don't know what I'm finna do. And then she's like, "Well, you got to make a decision." She was like, "You either gonna go to college or you go into the military." And I was like, if those the options.
Wait, why the military?
I don't. It was just the decision she gave me. I'm not sure why it was the military. But those were the only two options she gave me. And out of panic, I was like, let me start looking for colleges. That whole year, I was just going, like, looking for colleges. And then the other question came up, like, what the heck do I even want to do in college? And a friend of mine was like, just do music. You like playing the piano? Like, you can actually go to college for music? I didn't know this. It was a lot of stuff I did not know.
Yo, that's another thing that we got in common. I think, because did you travel a lot as a kid?
No.
See, I kind of went on like family vacations, whatever you want to call it. But we always went to the same place, Florida, Orlando, or whatever. But like other than that, my whole life was just Detroit, Michigan. And so when I moved here, or like as I got into adulthood, much like yourself, it's just a whole bunch of stuff that I just never knew.
Yeah.
And it's just so normal to everybody else. But to me, I'm like, oh, really? They do that? Oh, it's like that?
And when I say, oh, I didn't know that, they're like, Carl, stop playing. You know you do that. You know you do that. And I'll be like dead serious in my head, like, I didn't know that. Yeah. And I'll just like, they be like, man, I knew you knew that. I'm like, yeah, I knew that. Never knew it. But yeah, Stacey said just go in for music. I was like, I ain't know you can do that. Did it, and I started looking for like colleges dealing with music. And I found out from a cousin that if you go out of state, that's gonna be super expensive. And I'm like, okay, I'm looking for something here. First thing that pops up, Columbia College. Never heard of it, never seen it. Been in Chicago all my life, never even knew about this school. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna apply there. So then my sister said, all right, well, since you decided to do college, you might wanna, hit up your uncle and see if they'll help you with like college stuff. I'm like, okay, I'll do that. And I told him which colleges, and then the first thing he directed me to was NIU, Northern
Illinois University.
Yeah, it's in DeKalb. Anyway, he told, because that's where he graduated from, and he just knows everything about that school. And he took me there, told me to apply for this thing where we stayed a day there, like with a college student who just
like a shadow day.
Yeah, a shadow day, and it was cool and all, but I'm like, hey, this ain't where I'm trying to go, right? And that's just something my uncle was not trying to hear. And he was like, all right, you don't want to go there? You learn how to get there yourself. And I'm like, okay.
Damn.
Then I guess at that point, my grandmother told me about another cousin we had. Her name was Benita, and she helped me with applying for Columbia. She was telling me like, oh, you should do this, look for scholarships, because she was saying like it's a bunch of scholarships out there that's like super weird. Like if you got a left hand, or like left hand, right? And I was like, okay, I'll just start looking for some scholarships. And then around this time, while I'm trying to do all that, I'm getting like, because I forgot, it's been so long since I've been in high school. I remember you had to apply for the colleges and then get the acceptance letter that you can go there. And then I got like at least 11 of them coming back, and it was like 4 of them that gave me like scholarships just to go in. And one of them was Northern NIU. And once he seen that, he's like, yeah, you might as well just go ahead and try to make that move. I'm like, yeah, but it's not so keep going for this. He was just dead on trying to get me there.
So why didn't you want to go? Was it like, because for me, when I did my little college tours and whatever, as I was like walking on these universities, just something about the campus was just like, this is very boring. Like all the buildings were the same color, and the grass was like it was just like everybody looked like they was half dead or half asleep because they were just so tired or hungover. And it's like, this is boring. And then we went to Columbia, and it's colorful walls and like it was a different energy. It was because it's like it was not on a campus. It's like in the middle of the city, and I was like, yeah, this is probably where I need to be. This is exciting.
I wouldn't say it was boring. It felt too familiar, if it makes sense, because
I got you.
It was ghetto. If I'm being honest with you, it was just ghetto. Like legit. When I did my shadow day, the dude who was chaperoning the 3 of us, he legit was like, all right, look, after 7 o'clock, we got a party. I know y'all young, but y'all coming with me. And then the party, they just smoking weed, drinking. I'm like, I could do this at my house. I just need something different than this. It's just like, no, this ain't the atmosphere wasn't there. I was like, this ain't where I'm trying to be. And everything was just pushing me towards that way though. And I was just like, no, I'm not doing it. So I just, my cousin told me just do the scholarships. Did that. She told me to apply for the scholarship she had for her church. And long story short, I got the stuff I needed to get there, and I was only able to do 1 full year on campus, and then the rest after that, I had an apartment. But
Wait, you went on campus sophomore year?
nope, I was only on campus freshman year.
Were you? Were you still staying out west?
Yeah, that's when I started. When I moved out there, as soon as I moved out.
Dang.
Well, I moved to the out west area in August of 2013. That was 2013. Yeah, 2013.
Oh, we should probably explain to whoever hears this what we talking about. So Columbia College is a college, obviously, in Chicago, downtown Chicago. And that's where we met. That was pretty much that. It's an art school, and so people go there for music, dance, film, theater, all that crap.
That's where the best rappers come from.
The best rappers.
I've not heard of one rapper who came from there.
Wait, I think Chance went there.
Chance? No,
he didn't. I think he went there for a couple semesters.
Did he? I know he's from Chicago. I never knew he went to Columbia.
I know he's from Chicago. Yes, he's from Chicago.
But Kanye West went here, but he dropped out.
No, I don't think Kanye went there.
I swear he did, but he dropped out.
Because I kept hearing that, and then I Googled it, and I think he went to one of those like technical art schools downtown. What's
IT?
Something like that. I think he went there instead. I think Chance is the one who went to.
Well, these stories.
I mean, but because I heard the same thing. Like Kanye went there, he dropped out, but I actually had a class with someone, and she knew Chance, or she had a class with him or something. I think, and she could have been lying. I don't know. It was so many people.
They lying for clout.
Who else went? I think Jeremiah went there.
Damn.
Didn't he come visit?
I know Lupe did.
Lupe went there?
Fiasco. No, he visited.
Oh yeah, he visited. Yeah, I think Jeremiah might have went there. Some other people, but yeah, that's what it was. So how was that party?
Oh man, it was cool. It was cool.
Oh, okay. It was cool.
Yeah. Oh, it wasn't nothing bad. No. It was cool though. But I strictly only went there for one person because she wanted me to go. But she was just looking way too yummy, boy. I was like, yeah, you gotta calm down, Carl. It was just but the party was cool. Oh man, okay. There's one thing I hated about that party. Now that I think about it, so they had alcohol, and I love alcohol, but they had this beer drink. I don't know if you heard of it. It's like called White Claw. That was disgusting. I'm like, what? Cause look, this what happened. I had somebody gave me a shot of Jack Daniels, and I was like, all right, I'll take this, but I'm not taking it straight. I need to chase it with something. And I seen a White Claw on the table. I'm like, oh, I gotta try this. It said red berry. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll do some red berry. Cause I'll do any type of flavored beer, like Four Loko, what they call it, the Seagrams and all that stuff. I'm like, I'll take it. So then I took it. I was like, oh, this is disgusting. Took that as a chaser, and I almost spit that boy out. And that is so disgusting. And I think, what is sparkling beer?
I don't know what it is, but
it's called,
white people love it.
Man,
white people love it.
I know they love it. Man. It was in there.
I mean, I've had my fair share of it. It gets better the more you drink it, like anything, I guess. But it's so funny that you say that because, what was it? Was that this year? No, because COVID was this year. Was it last year? Maybe it was last summer. Yeah, it had to be last summer because we weren't doing shit this summer. So last summer, I was hanging out with a lot of white people. And it was my first introduction to White Claw. And I had the exact same reaction that you had. I'd never heard of it. I don't know nobody that drink it. And then I started hanging around some white people. And I just, hey, you want a White Claw? Sure. And I thought it was like juice.
Yeah,
like
because it says the flavor on the freaking can.
And the can.
And I looked at it and said 5%. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not going to mess myself up from this.
And it just tastes like alcohol water.
Yeah,
or something.
It was super bubbly. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, and it was probably like, and usually, well, it was the summer for me. It was like kind of warm too.
Yeah, it was warm. They didn't have it in no cooler or nothing. I don't know. Do they like that warm? They
I don't know.
like it.
White people don't prepare when they put parties together. They just don't prepare. Like they just be like, "Hey, y'all want to come over?" Yeah. Then they literally, and I've experienced it. They literally go to the liquor store, get a bunch of liquor, or White Claws, beer, vodka. They love vodka, and what else? They might get some tequila or something, and then that's it. They might order some pizzas, but other than that, they don't do any other planning outside of that. Everybody just kind of show up, and because everybody's goal is just to get fucked up anyway, so it's like, why do I need to do too much to make this like unless it's like a festive party, then they might decorate, you know. But if it's just like, hey, everybody come over, we partying, they just get a fucking
all right, get the White Claw.
And like, it's just so funny because the people I was with, I don't know if they got offended, but they seemed so confused by my like lack of experience with White Claw. And like, when you're the only black person in a predominantly white situation, and you try to explain to them your black experience or your lack of experience with their white culture, and you like are trying to explain to them that this thing that's very normal to them is like not universally normal, like it's just white normal, they look at you like you're speaking another language.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, I'm sorry, the world is not just as you see it. Like, I come from a world where none of this even exists, and you are blowing my mind with White Claw. And I'm just like, why do people like this?
Yeah, I don't know, man. That was the first time I've seen that before. I'm like, ew. And I took a little taste. It wasn't even a big taste. I'm like, what the heck is this?
It's so funny because the way you said it, you said, I don't know if you ever heard of this.
You don't know the half.
I don't know if you ever heard of it, but it's a White Claw. You even said it like you pronounced it slow, like
Hey, White Claw. Yeah, I can't do White Claw. I'm probably never gonna ever buy it ever. I'll stick to what I'm used to.
Now that you have been exposed to white people drinks, the next one that you should watch out for is called Truly.
Truly.
Yeah, it's literally like the word truly. It is the competitor to White Claw. It tastes more or less the exact same.
Yeah.
It's kind of just what you get when White Claw isn't available. So, so if you ever end up at a party with predominantly white people and you see Truly, just don't even bother because it's basically White Claw. Some white people like Truly more, some like White Claw more, but it just tastes like
White
water.
Claw will never be in my refrigerator. I can tell you that. I'll go with a Monaco or something.
It's just so funny. I'm so glad you said that because I can't tell you how long I've been looking for some form of validation. Because I work with mostly white people and they just don't understand, and I be feeling crazy. I be like, am I really bugging? Like, am I really like just that inexperienced? Like,
And then it was predominantly white people there. That's all, and they only had White Claw. They had some Captain Morgan. What else they had? They had some brown drink one guy brought a Hennessy. He was black, but they just had that.
Honestly, I see why black people like Hennessy. I ain't gonna lie. Like, coming from someone who like don't drink that often, like as someone who just recently experienced Hennessy, I see why people like it. I see why black people like it.
Yeah, it's cool. It's just expensive.
Yeah. But like, cause that's all I heard about. Like, in terms of drinking, growing up, was Hennessy.
It's all in the rap songs. Henny.
I ain't even hear about vodka. I ain't hear about nothing else. I might have heard some tequila, but that was usually from like women. But yeah, it was always just Henny. And I don't even know. Is there any other types of brown liquor besides like?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I know there are, but I don't know them.
You mean like Douce and?
That's another one. Yeah. It's something that's like more. Is Douce
Jae, stuff like that?
That's kind of old though, right?
That is old.
Yeah, that's like what our parents were probably drinking.
Yeah, and Crown Royal, obviously.
Yeah, I actually really like Crown Royal.
I like Crown Royal flavors, not just
yeah.
Crown Royal.
It goes down really smoothly.
Yeah. Very smoothly, actually.
Yeah.
And actually, if I had a flavor one, I don't need to chase it with anything. That's how good it is.
Oh really? Yeah. Oh yeah, because we had it. Yeah,
Yeah, we
that
had
was
the
pretty
thing.
good. Yeah, I would probably still chase it a little bit.
I could get more. I mean, if I drunk more of it, I would have probably needed to chase it. But as much as I had, didn't really need to chase it.
But I'm trapped in this chain. So I pulled out my strap and I blasted his brains. And guess what, y'all? I did it for capital gains. But no one pays it attention cause my color matches the slang. They got me asking myself, what the fuck's happening, man? Same old bricks from the same old house. Same old shit from the same old mouth. Same old piss on the same old steps. Same old tricks from the same old clown. Same old barks from the same old hound.